Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. Can you guys see me? I think you can. My screen is not doing well right now. I don't know what's going on with my OBS. Anyways, welcome to another Market Open stream. Today we are going to talk about the jobs report that was released, what's going on with the markets, which actually look green today, and let's talk about why this Bitcoin reset is a good thing. It's setting up for the next big move. All right, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are starting out today at 68,000. But actually, this is a better place than just hours ago when we were sitting at 66. And you could see we came back down. Unfortunately, from like a day ago, we were sitting around 70,000 when then we trended down to 66. Maybe because people were afraid of what the jobs report would say. And surprisingly, the jobs report actually came in better than expected. But the surprising thing is markets are reacting positively, okay, not negatively. So you can see the market is opening up. The U.S. market is opening up plus 200 for Dow and NASDAQ. And that's good. So why? The payrolls went up from 55,000, which was the expectation, to 130,000. Unemployment fell from 4.4% down to 4.3%. So, goes to show you that the U.S. economy is improving. But what's not improving is our chance for another rate cut in March. That's still out. Off the table. We are 6% right now. Okay, so that's why it's surprising. Normally with strong economic numbers, the market crashes because they're looking for, the rate cut percentage to go up. It didn't help today, but still we're in the green, which is good, which is really good. All right, what are some other things happening today? I saw this out of nowhere. If you're living in El Paso, I don't know what's going on, but all flights going to El Paso suspended for 10 days due to special security. Have no idea why. No idea why. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, that's really all the important stuff. Outside of crypto, let's get to it. Yesterday's inflow was positive for everything across the board. Bitcoin plus 166 million, ETH plus 14 million, plus 3 million for XRP, and plus 8 million for Sol. So yesterday was a good day, and today could be a good day if we continue forward. And this came out. So we've been hearing about how all these big executives, crypto executives and bankers and everyone's at the White House and they're talking and they're discussing like things they want. Okay. I guess it hasn't been concluded yet in terms of like, what both sides want and what kind of agreement they want to see, or what, I don't, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, to be honest. You would figure whatever proposed bill would just pass through Congress, right? Either pass or don't pass. But they're letting the companies decide. They're kind of like discussing what they want and stuff like that. I guess the White House wants their total like approval, right? Whatever that gets pushed, they want the support from all parties. So I guess it's good, but it's again, it's surprising. Normally you don't see this. Anyways, it's not a done deal, but it's supposed to be a pretty productive meeting. So you got guys from like Ripple, Coinbase, A16Z, Paxos, and then you got like guys like Goldman and JP Morgan and Bank of America, and they're all talking about stables, yields, and all these other things that are important to them. So not quite done yet, but it seems like they're having productive meetings every day now. What else? Franklin Templeton and Swift say the future of banking is 24/7 on-chain. Well, that's no surprise. That's why all those big banks are invited to the White House to discuss, because, you know, everyone wants a piece now, right? This is part of the fundamentals that have grown and improved so much so within this cycle and last cycle, really. No, actually, it's this cycle. We're still in the same cycle. I mean, things are just better on chain. Not only are things 24/7, they're immutable, transparent. I mean, and it's 24/7, and a lot more resilient, robust because of the distributed nature. There's so many benefits, and it's so much cheaper to operate. So everyone wants a piece. Everyone wants a piece. Here's Denmark's largest bank that's ending the 8-year ban on crypto services. So, I mean, again, you just gotta come around. Unless you want to be left behind, you got to get with the program. And that's what all these financial institutions and banks, that's what they're doing. Really good. Really good to see. Jack Dorsey's CashApp. I don't hear a lot about Jack Dorsey or CashApp anymore. They have a big Bitcoin treasury. And Jack Dorsey was the founder of Twitter, but no one really says that anymore. Now everyone just recognizes that X is Elon's baby. And X is now owned by SpaceX, because X was sold to XAI, and XAI just got bought out by SpaceX. So technically, this is a SpaceX product now. But we could talk about that more. Everything went for crazy valuations. Anyways, now if you are using the Cash App, there's no fees on large Bitcoin buys and recurring Bitcoin buys. That's great. That's great. I don't know what large means, though. Like, how large? I guess I'll have to look that up. All right. Now, let's talk about this Bitcoin reset and why it's a good thing. Well, if you're looking at this, Bitcoin volatility on Binance, this is the highest level since 2022. And why is 2022 relevant? Because 2022 was the bottom of the last crypto winter. There are a lot of metrics that show that we are as oversold or as volatile as the bottom of the last crypto winter. And we know this is no crypto winter. If it is, it's a very short one. But we are seeing signs that we have bottomed or close to bottom. And what happens after that? You know, you go back up, just like in 2022. When Bitcoin fell to 15,000, it stood there for a while. People didn't believe it. People thought we were going to go lower. And then we slowly recover back up. But that was after like a year, okay? We went down much faster last 4 months. But we're seeing the same kind of conditions. Here's something else. Power law divergence indicator. Same thing. Shows that Bitcoin hit the same level as 2022, the last crypto winter bottom. There are so many things that show that we are there. Here's another one. This actually goes even further than that. This measures RSI, oversold levels, and a business cycle. And we are the same as not only 2022, but the COVID crash in 2020 and 2018 and 2015 and even 2022. All the previous times when Bitcoin was extremely oversold, right? We're seeing the same kind of conditions now with the business cycle and with RSI. So again, we're at bottom or near bottom. That's what this is telling me. We have how many years of data now? This is our fourth cycle. This is not the first or the second or even the third. Fourth cycle, a lot of similarities, although there are definitely differences. And the fundamentals are definitely different now because, oh man, my screen just disappeared. There's something going on with my computer. My entire screen just disappeared. Okay, now it's back. It's so weird. Here's something else. This is also measuring the LMACD and measuring how when we flip upwards, the 2-week MACD, that's when we reverse, right? That's usually when we have hit a bottom and we're flipping above, and this is showing that we're on the verge of that happening. Not quite there yet, but on the verge. So this correlates very similarly to the other things we have seen. So we're either there or close to being there. But this is encouraging. Long-term holder supply ticking upwards. So it seems like the whales, the ones that all of a sudden started selling, we actually, not just one, we have seen a couple addresses that have done that, right? All of a sudden sell off like 100 million or 300 million or whatever, for whatever reason, right? But you can see, it's hard to see, but the blue is turning back up, which is good, which is very good. That's usually when things are about to come back to life. All right. Outside of Bitcoin, Tom Lee, still on a rampage, adds another 140,000 ETH, 282 million worth. Continues his massive ETH accumulation. Again, I thought he just purchased some yesterday. Unless it's the same purchase, but like it just seems like he's going, he's pulling hundreds of millions out of nowhere. He owns probably 4% of the supply now, and he's staking most of it, collecting some juicy staking rewards, and he'll go continue forward, even though right now his holdings are in the red. It does not matter to him, just like Sailor. Sailor, I actually saw, he won a Squawk Box yesterday, and they were not giving him easy questions. They were hammering him on MicroStrategy going down, and what if he needs to sell? What if he can't raise money? All these things. He handled it pretty good with a smile on his face. He normally doesn't smile, but he does when he goes on CNBC. And yeah, he answered it pretty good. All right, moving forward, Robinhood. They just had a quarterly, and I guess the numbers were bad because they're tanking today. But they're coming out their own chain, the Robinhood chain. That's not a surprise. And it's built on Arbitrum, uses Chainlink as an Oracle provider. So let's see what they're going to do. what kind of, they get into DeFi or tokenization or whatever. Let's see what they're going to do. I mean, Coinbase has their own chain, Base Chain, and that has not really worked out at all. Do exchanges really need a chain? So are they going to come out with a Robinhood token? I don't know. I mean, look at the crypto.com, their chain. I forgot what it's called now. I don't hear anything about it. So, you know, sometimes you just don't need a chain. But we'll see. We'll see what they do with it. And then lastly, out of nowhere, this was sent to me not too long ago. BlackRock, yes, BlackRock, decided to buy some Uniswap tokens, and they're going to offer DeFi trading on top of Uniswap because they have their own token called Build or Buildle, whatever you call it. And yeah, and you'll be able to swap on Uniswap. So out of nowhere, you know, you figure a news like this will pump Uniswap up like thousands of percent, but I think it's only up like 20%. But that's just out of nowhere, out of nowhere. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Still very green today, except Robinhood and MicroStrategy and Coinbase. Coinbase is tanking today too. Gold and silver are up, so at least there's something. Tesla is up 2%. Nvidia, Broadcom up. AI coming back a little bit, but man, Robinhood and Coinbase just tanking. And MicroStrategy ain't doing too well either. Clash is still doing very well, still holding very strong despite Sol now falling to $80. That's not a point. That's not a good spot. And Bitcoin is holding right now 67,000. All right, let's do some Q&A. I don't know why. Something's going on in my computer. The screen keeps turning off. I can't even tell sometimes if I'm actually live or not. I need to reset this. Why is ADA surprisingly stable? Is it? I'm not sure about that claim. I used to have ADA in here. I just removed it, but I mean, ADA looks like it's the same pattern as everything else, like Sol and ETH and Bitcoin. Everyone's following kind of the same pattern. What do you think? Charlie's like, what do you think about AVAX at these prices? Everything's super oversold. All alts are. Okay. Basically, like, AVAX is back to 2022 levels. So as long as the team does not give up, which it sounds like they're not, as long as they continue to help onboard projects and continue forward pushing development and, say, working with banks on RWA and doing whatever else they're doing, they will come back. Just like all these projects, when in the last crypto winter, they were left for dead, it seemed like. But they all came back, right? So as long as they don't give up. A lot of projects do give up, though. A lot of projects do give up during crypto winter because they run out of funds or whatever, or they lost interest, and then you don't hear anything. Like their socials go dead. The founders don't say anything, do anything, no updates. That's when you know you gotta cut ties. Like Cadena did that a month ago, a few months ago, where they said we're just shutting doors. Like all of a sudden. You know, that's not the right way to do it. If you have to like shut down, at least don't do it like that and just fire everyone and not, you know, give any more updates after that. I'm telling you guys, the only exciting thing right now, in my opinion, and I'm biased, is Clash picks. Clash and Clash picks. We're the only project that was built like during the bear, still thriving, and all the excitement around Clash picks, you can't fake that. We got close to 700 users now on the platform. We're less than 2 weeks old. It's 13 days. I think tomorrow will be our, maybe today is the second week, start second week. But we're less than 2 weeks old. We got a lot of people on it, a lot of people making predictions. We have built a fantastic platform so that you can make free, because you could claim pClash, predictions on Bitcoin, crypto, but you know, our volume is really sports. Like yesterday, the Lakers game and Spurs game had a big volume outcome, but the Lakers just got absolutely pummeled yesterday because they had no one. But there are so many, like here, like this one right here. Spurs at Warriors tonight, but there's so many on here, including the live stream ones that I've been doing. A lot of people making predictions on it. Like this, every single day. Look at those juicy multipliers. I think today, anyone that bidded less than 2,200 will probably win 65x. I think we didn't break 2,200 today. That's kind of crazy. This is the only thing that's working well, that's bringing a lot of excitement, and people are enjoying it and earning. We got a leaderboard. We have our own built-in swap now. And this is all powered by Clash. I mean, just imagine, again, I'm biased, but you could see the proof already. If we're holding, you know, at 40 million, I looked at it from December to now. Bitcoin went from 80s to 90s down to 67. Sol was at 140s down to 80. And we were hovering around 15, 20 million in December. So we have double from that point, while everything else has gone down almost 40%, 50%. Now imagine when the market turns around, when Bitcoin claws back to 100,000 plus, when Sol finally gets above 140 and heads to 200 again. I can't imagine what Clash will be doing then. But in the meantime, we're just going to keep on building. Keep on building, adding more features. We're going to have Sol-based events soon. A lot of people have Sol and USDC. We're going to allow those to be added or be used, I mean. So it's going to be multi-currency. It's going to be the only prediction market platform that has multi-currency, along with a free to predict model, which no one else has. We got so much going for it. Game breakers in the description. You go to our website and it tells you how to swap on Phantom. You could swap on the site using our class swap. There are some smaller exchanges like BTCC, which is a partner, XT, MEXC. They also have Clash. King Pound, it's my project. It's part of the Clash ecosystem, which is my token. So I don't know if that's still confusing now because I've been talking about it for months upon months upon months. So if you haven't made that correlation yet. And it's a good distractor. Like, honestly, when I only focus on Clash and how stable it is and only focus on Clash picks, you know, everything else doesn't really matter. You know, Bitcoin's down, Sol's down, ETH is down. There's not much you could do about it other than ride it out. We know we know they're gonna come back. Everything I say, everything I cover is showing, you know, a reversal is on its way. We just have to wait it out. So in the meantime, what else you go do? So I'm focused 100% on Clash. That's what I'm doing. Unfortunately, the green that helped Bitcoin this morning is reversing. Yeah, it seems like the entire market's getting weaker. Man, Coinbase down 6% and Robinhood is down 11% now. El Paso airspace reopened. That's good. No idea why they wanted to suspend it for 10 days and now they reopened it the same day. So obviously, whatever serious thing that's going on, they resolved it. We need Baron to play Clash. You know, everyone plays Clash. Even Mr. Beast plays Clash. Mostly because of Jinxie. He got him into it. I've been grinding Clash hardcore the last few weeks trying to get better. And I have gotten better, but I'm still just like nowhere close to the pros. And speaking of tournaments, we do have a pro tournament tonight. So outside of just prediction markets, we do have tournaments. We host tournaments for Clash Royale players for all skill levels. Today is the pros, tonight at 6 p.m. So if you're curious or you're wondering or you enjoy watching, then please come and participate. You can also win some free Sol just by watching. We give random giveaways to spectators and we give prizes to players. But I played our best player yesterday for a half hour just to test my skills against him. And I went 0 for 10. No surprise. There was a game or two that I actually did pretty well. I held my own for a little bit. But yeah, I'm nowhere close to pro levels. Pros versus Joe's turning? No, there's no point in that. It would be like 50-0 or 0-50, however you want to slice it. There's just such a large skill gap difference. So that's here tonight. So tonight's the pros. We give out spectators And prizes here for the pros. We usually have about like 20 to 25 pros playing. We'll see if we get that today. And when I say pros, I mean they're like 20-year-olds, okay? They're just really, really good around the world. They're like top 100 players. Some are top like 50 players. So they are literally the best at the game. I'm still trying to get the best guy. There's this guy named Mo Light. He's like the best player in the world. And I watched him literally play 50 games yesterday, all wins. He had no losses. He's just too good. It would be amazing to get him to play. But anyways, this is on my other channel tonight. George Plays Clash Royale channel. So I invite you guys to watch. And we have a lot of predictions around the tournament as well. We always do. So we'll put more up, but there's a lot of predictions around the pros as well. Will there be a new first place finisher? You know, and will a new player finish in the top 3? We got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. It makes it more exciting. Oh yeah, you could get Clash on Coinbase now too. Because of their DEX integration, if you go to their DEX, you could search for Clash and you can find it. So some of you guys that only live on Coinbase, you could get it on Coinbase. Which is really good. So it's like best of both worlds, I guess, right? Like we're on Coinbase, and we didn't have to do anything. But eventually they're going to add it to the main platform. When we get big enough, they will add it for sure. I thought only kids play Clash. I'll have to check it out. No, but it's my kids got me into it. They're the ones that got me into it, but it's a real tough strategy game. I'll say that. There's a lot of young players that are playing it. All the pros are in their 20s. They're like 20 to 22. You know, that's considered pro. Don't buy fake Clash. There's a lot of fake ones. Buy the real thing. SoFlo Angler. I thought the same. Saw a guideline play Clash. I started playing myself. Fun game to kill time. It is. Even a lot of celebrities do. I know Drake plays. A lot of random people do. I mean, it's a massive game that's been out for 9-10 years. They're going through some controversy because it's very paid to play now. Like at a higher level, you have to buy their heroes and stuff. You don't have to, but it gives you an extreme advantage if you have them. But, you know, it's still very popular, extremely popular. Do your kids get free Clash since they got me into it? Yes, they do. They are bag holders. They are into crypto, and they are bag holders of Clash. Man, this is bad. The Sol is below $80. Hopefully, we don't do a retest of 60 again. That was pretty nasty. I hope we can hold around here. But if we can't, we're going to retest at 60. And that's not going to be fun. Do I enjoy going to the gym? Not really. I enjoy mostly be on the bike for an hour. I do that like 2-3 times a week. The reason being, it's like I still get a sweat on, and I'm able to like just watch my phone while doing it. Right. I don't do a lot of weight training, these days. I should do a lot more. In my earlier days, 20s and 30s, I would work out a ton. Now I just want to drop the weight. So that's why I've just been focusing almost 100% on cardio. "20 push-ups 5 times a day takes 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm still pretty good at push-ups. I could probably hammer out 100 push-ups within like 10 minutes. I don't know how much that actually does for you. All I do know is once you drop weight, significant amount of weight, everything gets easier. Doing push-ups become easier. Like walking the stairs become easier. Everything just becomes easier. So, and a lot of like medical conditions and like pains and aches just go away. Like high blood pressure, a lot of these stuff, some are genetics, but for most part, if you drop the weight significantly, things just improve magically. You don't need to be on medicine. So yeah, I think I got another 10, 15 pounds where if I drop, that's good. Then I'll be back to like a high school weight. Trump is going, want all markets humming come midterms. That's what everyone says because midterms are going to be very ugly if the market is still in the red. Okay, so I think Trump's going to try to save it. Try to get, Republicans to do well in the midterms. So he has to do something. Speaking of Trump, we're going to create a new category on top here because Trump is so in your face and influential now and everyone is talking about it. We're going to have a new category called Trump up here soon. And it's just all events based on Trump. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Oh, by the way, very exciting thing. I did a poll once, like last week, asking about WWE events. And surprisingly, like 40% of the audience said yes, they're into WWE, which shocks me because I haven't watched WWE for like 20 years since my college days. But we have someone in the community that's an extreme hardcore WWE guy. He actually says he works for 2K, the gaming company, on WWE. So we're going to have WWE events coming out for WrestleMania and all these other events. So I don't know how true that poll was, but if you guys are into WWE, it's going to come soon. So that's also going to be something new that we're adding. We're always trying to find ways to find new like markets to capture. And no one else has WWE events, so maybe that'll help us. Why is Uniswap up today? Because of this. NASCAR, F1 racing. Are you guys into it? I'm not into F1 or NASCAR, but I know a lot of people are. So if you guys are, we're going to do TV shows too. Like Survivor, like reality shows, Survivor, and others. We're going to get them in there so you guys could get your spouses into them, into Clash picks. We're going to have all kinds of sports. Sports is the number one thing that people like to predict on because everyone thinks they know it. And it's skill-based because if you really follow a team, you know like what players are hurt, who's playing, whether they're playing at full capacity or what. Like you have a real leg up. Like yesterday, for example, we had a Spurs versus Lakers prediction. A lot of people predict the Lakers to win. But Lakers did not have LeBron, Luka, or Austin Reeves playing, and they got absolutely massacred by the Spurs. But if you knew that ahead of time, then it's an easy win. "90-Day Fiance, yeah, that's going to be up there. We're going to have all kinds. We're going to get into culture, TV shows. And then we're going to have more into sports. We're going to do total sports integration eventually, where we could offer everything. But for now, it'll be manual. This weekend, we have a lot of NBA All-Star stuff. They have a new unique format, but you'll be able to predict who the three-point winner is, who the slam dunk champ is, which team wins, MVP of the All-Star game. We'll have a lot around that. Like around Super Bowl, we did really well. And again, keep in mind, the platform has been out for less than 2 weeks. ClashPix has been out for less than 2 weeks. Not like we've been operating for 2 months or 6 months or 2 years. No, it's a new platform. We just came out 2 weeks ago and has, in my mind, highly successful already, especially considering how poorly the overall market is. Can we predict who will be the main headliner at our local Spearmint Rhino? Only people that's been there or know of the place in Vegas would understand that joke. That place is weird because they have a no, I'm not gonna share it because then it seems like I know too much about the place. Man, my screen just went out again. What is going on with my screen? Come on. Okay, my screen just died here. It's completely turned off. Okay, I think I'm back. There we go. World Cup stuff, yes. Miguel, we're gonna have a lot of World Cup stuff. A lot. I know that's coming up in June, July. So we'll have a lot. Right now we already have Premier League stuff. We have soccer events up already. They haven't been very popular. The demographic of people using ClashPix, majority are in the US. And then the second is Canada, third is UK, and everything else. But yeah, we have some up already. We have Olympic events too. I have Clash and LBank. LBank also does have Clash listed. I don't know how their liquidity is. The problem is with most of these exchanges, the liquidity is low. So even if you buy little amounts, it'll like move it up and down really fast. I think out of all the exchanges, XT may be the best at liquidity, but really just swap. Swapping in your Phantom wallet or Trust wallet or even in Coinbase now on their DEX, very easy to do. And you don't have to worry about liquidity. Crypto Stevo, instead of being scared and quitting, you all should be buying instead. Unfortunately, most of you will be buying next year and price are much higher every cycle. I mean, yes. For those of us, that's 100% true. For most of us that's been in this cycle or previous cycles or previous bottoms or whatever, like drawdowns, we have seen bad times, okay? We have seen many, many, many bad times. But every single time, it's kind of the same thing. I would say this cycle is actually much better than previous cycles, like this drawdown. Like, if you go back to my videos when we were like doing this from 69 down to 15. I mean, like towards down here, it was pretty bad, like really, really bad. No one was bullish here, okay? And no one knew where the bottom was. When we fell down to here, people said we're going below 10K. We might go down to 3K. It just seemed like it was endless falls every single day for months, for years, until we recover back up. The same thing previous times, like COVID time. Who could forget this drop? You know, 10,000 falling down to 3,800 within a matter of days. That's like a 60% drop. If you live through some of this, then, you know, obviously right now isn't that scary, right? But I understand there are many of you guys watching that haven't lived through those days. Okay, maybe not you lived through those days, but you haven't lived through holding crypto, right? I get that. But, you know, take it from someone that has been through all this since 2013. I know we will get through it. The only thing to do really is just to HODL and DCA if you can. If you can't DCA, just HODL. Especially when it comes to Bitcoin, we know it's not going anywhere. It will recover. It will form a new high. To put things into perspective, we were at our high only 4 months ago in October. Okay? It wasn't that long ago that we formed a new high of 126. And something else to put it in perspective, our low of 2024 was $36,000. So we are still way higher than that. So as bad as it seems, if you put things into perspective, it's not that bad unless you're measuring the last 4 months. Then yes. But if you're measuring out just a few years, it's definitely not as bad as it seems. What will it take for us? Frank says, what will it take for us to get 100 million? You know, surprisingly, that is not as much as you think. When it comes to smaller cap, micro cap projects like Clash, you know, it probably takes about 200, 250,000 of net positive inflow to drive us up to about 100 million. It doesn't take as much as you think. Now, there are people that are selling on the way up, so you have to overcome that. But there's an event on Clash Picks that's going to end in like a day or two. You know, whether Clash is going to get up to 100 million, you know, it's unlikely that we'll hit it, but, you know, who knows? It doesn't take all that much to drive us upwards. Arab G, how long before I have an app? I believe we'll have more traction. It'll be a while. That's good. That's something in development, but that's going to be a while. App will definitely help, but what will give us more traction is, I believe, USDC and Sol-based events. And here's why. Because most people don't have Clash, right? So if they want to make a prediction, they're going to use pClash. Now, to convince them to get Clash to make predictions, it's going to be hard. Some people just will not do it. But a lot of people already have Sol and USDC, so they can spend that right away if they want to, right? I think that's going to be a huge thing. And plus, the fees that we collect, portion of that will be used to buy Clash and we'll put that in the treasury. So that's going to add to buying power. And the rest of the fees we can decide what to do with, and we can introduce something with it. We could give out rewards in the form of staking yield. There's many things we could do once we get that going. So that's one of our priorities right now. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. Overall, today, looking red once again. It sucks. It sucks, I know. Overall market looked like it was green and maybe turning red. Yeah, it started out really green and now everything turned red. So it's not just a crypto thing. It's just everything turned red. So I started the show saying I was surprised that the market is green because we got really good numbers. Usually with really good numbers, we go down because the chance of a rate cut goes down. So we kind of got a little fake out there. But like I've been saying, there's nothing really we can do right now. Okay, you could decide to get out now, but we're much closer to bottom than we are to top. That's for sure. We've been through, a lot of us have been through a lot of these cycles. It's always fearful. The best thing is to hodl and DCA, right? And there's a lot of metrics that show that we are as oversold as the bottom of 2022 when Bitcoin's 15,000. So think about that. All right. All right, guys. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight. Join us in our tournament that I'm hosting tonight. I'll be commentating. I won't be playing, but you can win some free SOL if you come and just watch on the other channels at 6 p.m. Central. Check out Clash and Clash Picks. You can make free predictions with pClash. You can go on the site, claim it, and start making predictions on whatever piques your interest. We got a lot of events and more coming every single day. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care.